So,
The force is with you.
may the force be with you as you learn the letter J.
Trust me, they don't wanna know. I could go full beast mode. You really need some help. I really know myself. My happiness is sacred and I stay on that pursuit. Yeah, that's me, just me, it's me. That's all I'll be. Yeah. That's what I am. That's what I am. That's what I am.
What's going on? Welcome back to the vlog, and it is done. It's finally over. My classroom is set up and I am pretty excited about it. I apologize, that was weird. But my classroom is done, it's set up, I'm feeling pretty good. It's the latest I've ever gotten my classroom set up. School starts in a few days, but it's done. It's done, and you know what? I feel really good about it. Kristen's here to help film it. She's got off work.
Totally did.
So I got some coffee. I'm feeling pretty good. It's
You
Friday.
can tell he's had his coffee.
Yeah, I've had a couple cups. It's Friday. Feeling the Friday feeling. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, without further ado, touring the classroom B-roll.
And pretty hot, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. We bop and it's pretty hot, I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I don't care.
I'm going to take you around and show you what there is to see in my kindergarten classroom, and I'm pretty excited because I feel like it's true to myself. It's minimalist. Everything has a purpose. So follow me. Let's take a look. Okay, this is my pride and joy right here. It's my pride and joy. I spent most of the day doing this. This is my leveled reader library for guided reading. I'm a big guided reading guy. Matter of fact, small group instruction is like my thing that I do. It's my thing. It's my thing. So I'm very excited about it. Basically what I did was I've got double A, that's pre-A, A, B, C, D, and then a D and E and then above. And I'm going to be going through these like crazy this year. I'm going to be guided reading like a madman. Up here I've got, this is my our writing folders. So what I like to do is I like to actually, I do whole group writing, but I like to keep their entire work from the entire year in this writing folder. And here's why. Because then they can compare the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and they love looking back at their old writing and going, I did that, I was terrible at writing, and it's so much fun to see. Right here, got the Punisher, the must-have item for recess duty. It's a, obviously, it's a megaphone, so he's like, hey, down the slide on me, please, or down the trees. You know how it goes. So the Punisher hasn't punished anybody in a while. He's thirsty for some action, so that sounded weird. Okay, oh, yeah, right here, this is my small group storage area, and so basically here's what we got. We've got 4 teams, okay? Over here I've got 4 groups. They're grouped by green, yellow, red, and blue. Green team is the Hulk group, so they're green, and all of their math stuff goes in the folder that's labeled math container for the small group for math, and reading, so I've got all the math groups right here, all the reading groups right here. We've got Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man group. And the reason why I have them as superheroes is because I like superheroes, and my students seem to gravitate towards that. And how I do it is my green is usually like the highest performing group, and then it goes down, and then red is my group that's more of my lower level struggling group. And I don't have these groups, they're not stagnant. So if you're in the red group, you don't have to stay in the red group all year. It's based on whatever we're learning at the time. So students will move around based on the content that I'm teaching. And I don't ever say, green group's the highest group and red group's the lowest. They don't know that. They might be able to pick up on it if it's something that they pick up on themselves, but I never say that, and they don't know what that means. I don't go, someone's moving up to the green group. I don't make a big deal about it. They don't know. That's why I assign superheroes, because everybody likes superheroes. And these are the workbox boxes. Basically, you know what? Maybe you could help me out. I need to come up with a cooler name besides work box. It doesn't sound very appealing. So if you have a better name for work box, throw them in the comments below. But for context purposes, I'll tell you what I use them for. So after I teach a small group lesson, the next rotation, after I teach, for example, after I teach the green group, my small group lesson, there will be work in this work box that's tailored to their own ability based on the skill that we're using. And so they'll grab their work box and they can take it anywhere in the classroom, on a carpet, at a table, and they may work on the work that's in their work box while the other kids are doing something else. So this is only stuff that's at the individual level. So even if the green group is working on addition, maybe Johnny is more advanced in addition. He'll have something completely different. That's the number one way that I differentiate, is everybody gets different work. So that's one of the rotations in my centers. Down here are my science notebooks. When we start science, I will have the students keep all of our science experiments and data sheets in those science notebooks, so on and so forth. Right here is another data collection method that I have. We've got this program called iRead, and it's a computer program, and by the end of the year they're supposed to be at level 18. Once they get to level 18, they earn themselves a pizza party. So I have this on here. I put their name, their login card goes in these slots, and they can move it themselves when they reach a new level. I'm a big proponent of showing students their data so they know exactly what they have at all times. All data is not a secret, it's for them to know. Okay, continuing on, I got my easel and such. Also, you notice the lights are on in here. During the school year, when the kids are here, no lights. Lights off. I've got lamps all about, and I've got natural lighting. So the fluorescent lights makes, in my opinion, nailed it. In my opinion, the fluorescent lights make the students uneasy and anxious. Okay, this is a few of my favorite books. Pete the Cat books. I'm trying something completely new, possibly revolutionary in my in what I'm doing new. So we've got this really amazing thing at our school called a library. So I'm going to actually use the library this year. I don't have a large classroom library myself. What we're going to do is every week our class goes to the library, and all the books that they get are going to go right here, and those will be our read aloud books and so on and so forth. If I need a book for a read aloud, I'm going to go check it out at the library. I'm a minimalist, so I can't justify having 200 books, children's books. I just can't justify that. So I'm going to borrow them from people who have them. Okay, continuing on. Got me old trusty lightsaber. This is my pointer. I point with this thing, pointing to stuff. Kids like it. I like it. I might want to upgrade one day to get one that glows and makes noise. Okay. Now I've got dual whiteboards, obviously. This one is a dumb board because it was supposed to be a smart board, but it doesn't work well. So I just project. I have a video that I did last school year about how to turn any regular whiteboard into a smart board. I'll link it up right here. And you can check out how I make this whiteboard into a smart board. Okay, continuing on. Over here, this is where I keep my whiteboards and markers. We do a lot of whiteboard and marker activities in my classroom, and I'll keep all of them here. It's very easy to distribute them if they're all in one place. This is what I'm most excited about for the school year this year. I wasn't using this at home, so I'm like, why not bring it to school? My Wii U. So it's gonna get really real up in here this year. Indoor recess is gonna be fun this year. No more boring indoor recess stuff. We're having Mario Kart tournaments. We're having Smash Brothers tournaments. We're having Just Dance tournaments. It's gonna be awesome. Indoor recess, at the end of the day, we have extra time. As long as I can be towed, every race, we're good. Right here, I'm excited about this as well. It's my iRead library. What this is, our computer program, iRead, has books that they read online. The computer reads the books to the students, and every book that they'll read online, I've got a physical copy here. So I've got a computer lab scheduled this year where I've got a computer lab time every day of the week. So I'm going to bring these books with me as the kids are on computers. I'm going to call them one at a time, and I'm going to read a book to them that they're also reading online so they can sort of soak it in a little bit better. Excited about that. Right here, this whiteboard is my data collection whiteboard for math. Numbers 1 through 10, these are all the top 10 skills that the students need to learn about in math. This is the Prove It folder. So, for example, number 1 is to be able to count and write to 100. Once they can prove it, they put their paper in here. So basically it's a blank 100 chart, and once they can fill that out by themselves and count to 100 orally, I put their paper in here, and that way I know they've mastered that skill. And each folder coincides with a different skill, and we'll have a chart right here with the student's name on it. And when they complete that skill, we'll put a sticker on the chart as well to help them see which ones they need to work on and which ones they've mastered. Okay. What else? Oh, over here is my. This is where I put my extra breakfast. We actually are blessed to have a breakfast program at my school. Every morning, the students eat breakfast in the classroom, and there's often extra. And here's the thing: if I give it back to the cafeteria, they have to throw it away. So I keep all the extra here, and I give it out at the end of the day to students who are hungry. Down here, I've got some old library books. I'm going to give those away for birthday gifts this year. So when it's your birthday, pick a book off the shelf, take it home with you. Okay, moving on. I've got my cabinet of no return here. This is where I keep all my instructional materials. Like, I'll just show you. Our student math books are up here. I've got this is like my math manipulatives and materials, my reading stuff, my this is like bottom toward like some science stuff, and like a junk shelf where I had to shove everything else that didn't have a place. So up here I've got all my cleaning wipes and hand sanitizer and stuff that I keep behind there so it doesn't look ugly and gross. Bathroom in here, and let me tell you a secret. If you have a bathroom, just come in. If you have a bathroom in your classroom, do not put anything in the bathroom that would make the student want to stay in the bathroom longer than they need to have to be in the bathroom. So no posters, no pretty stuff. It's just you go in and you pee and you leave. So let me just show you. I got there's nothing in here. There's no posters. I was tempted to put a poster up in here, but then I'm like, well, what if little Johnny wants to stare at the poster for 10 minutes? Not happening. So I just have some tissues, some extra tissues, and some toilet paper in here. That's it. You don't need to be spending time in here. It's not supposed to be fun. Bathroom's not a fun time. Okay. Continuing back here to this is computer land.
Oh.
So basically, I've got a computer cart. There's about 10 laptops in here, and during small group time, I have my kids get on the computers. So I'm going to have some computers right here, some computers right here, and this bulletin board is blank right now. And you've probably noticed, you've seen most of my bulletin boards are blank because I like to make my bulletin boards with my students. This bulletin board is going to have 2 anchor charts. One is going to be appropriate computer usage, and the other one is going to be the websites that they're allowed to go on. Makes it easy for them to see. It's a nice visual reminder. Right here, I've got my word wall. Right now, it's just students' names, but I will include sight words and other key vocabulary that we're going to learn this year on the word wall. Excited about that. This back shelf here, I'm going to sit all weird like this, and I'm going to sit weird like this. I'm just going to sit here with my feet up. So this back shelf right here used to have stuff on it, but now it does not. This is going to be my special events shelf. Like for each holiday, I'm going to have, like when we have our parties and stuff, that's where I'm going to put all the snacks and goodies and treats and stuff. Who knows, I might even decorate that area like, woo, spooky for Halloween or something, I don't know. But moving on. You'll notice a lot of blank white space on the walls, and the reason why, I don't want kids coming in and having everything full. I want my walls to be full of student work, student pictures, student drawings. We develop the classroom together as a class as the year progresses. I like to start with a bit more of a blank slate and see where it goes through the year. It gives the students a bit of ownership over their own space because this is our home for the year. And I try to make my classroom feel like home, and I want it to be a place where kids want to be. So I want their work to shine all over my room, and that's why there's a lot of blank space. I've got a lot of these little things that you hang on the walls to put papers in, so we can just put papers up everywhere. Got my extra pencils, and just the beauty of a number 2 pencil. I mean, the Ticonderoga pencils, the Rolls Royce of pencils. These are the greatest pencils on earth. And so if it's red, if it's unsharpened, it goes in the red box. If it is sharpened, it goes in the green box. That way students know, oh, my pencil broke. Pick one out the green box. I do not allow students to use the pencil sharpener. However, I will make it a student job this year. So one student a week will have the pencil sharpener job. What's cool about this pencil sharpener, it's one of them, they're fancy ones. Light turns blue when a pencil sharp, so it helps out the kids know when to be done with sharpening. It's a nice little helpful hint. Okay, this is my other other baby, if you will, my other pride and joy. This is my centers station. If you know anything about me, if this is your first time on my channel and you don't know anything about me, I am big on small group instruction and I'm big on centers. So that's just my thing. So here I've got my my math stations right here, my reading stations right here, and I will change these out all year long, but this is where we get our centers from. I'll do more videos during the school year about how I do small groups. I do have some videos on my channel right now. If you want to go, I'll link it up right here about how I do small group instruction. Right here I've got green, blue, yellow, and red. These baskets are for turning in their papers. So when they're done with their papers, the blue team will turn theirs in the blue basket, and so on and so forth. And that way I don't have to shuffle through all the papers and find out where they go. I would always know the blue team's paper in a blue basket. It's just easier for me for record keeping, for grading, and that sort of thing. And it's easier for them because their team captain knows exactly where to go with their papers. No fuss, no mess. And I do have table captains. So the table captain will be the person who passes out the papers and who collects papers and that sort of thing. Now the tables themselves, I've got these little bad boys on a table. I did not make these, and I don't know what they're made out of. I inherited these, but they're really cool. 3 sections, and they Velcro to the table. Basically what I will do is the middle section is going to have crayons in it, and the outer section will have pencils. So 1 pencil for each person. The person that will actually share with the person that's directly across from them. They each get a pencil and some crayons in the middle. It also has space if I want to put a marker for whiteboards or any other manipulatives that we're using. It gives me freedom to put that in there. And some teachers like to have those little boxes where kids have in their desk and they can have their own materials. I like to have community materials, so it promotes learning how to share and be a community. So they will share with their neighbors. And then the great thing about these tables, if you take a look, under each kid has a little desk that's attached to the table, so they can put their own things in there. And let me tell you, that is an absolute lifesaver to have that extra storage space. Although I will tell you, it gets a little weird sometimes when kids try to sneak like apples in there, and then I don't discover them for like 3 weeks, and it's all weird and green. So, but that's my tables there. Over here we've got computer row. So that's computer land over there. This is computer row. No difference. They're just desktop computers. The difference between desktop, students will have to learn how to use a desktop computer and a laptop computer this year. So it's just a different experience. Up here on my little string thing here, this is where I'm going to chart my students' guided reading data. By the end of kindergarten, they're expected to be able to read a D-level guided reading book. So I've got a little map. Whatever level, they're going to have their name on one of these index cards. And basically, it's going to be whatever level you're on is where your index card is going to be. And I've got this little fun meme for each. I've got the Ron Swanson challenge accepted once you get to level A. I've got the Barack Obama not bad if you're at B. I've got the Frodo it's almost over, it's almost done meme for level C. And then finally level D, I got the Freddie Mercury victory when you get to level D. I think it's very important to show students their data so they know exactly where they are and where they're going, where they need to be. So that's a good way for them. And obviously they're not going to move it themselves, they're not tall enough, but I'll make a big deal. When a kid grows a level in guided reading, I make an obnoxiously big deal out of it so all kids want to do the same. Okay, what else? Oh, I discovered this gem in my closet earlier. This is like the teaching Bible. If you've never read this book, you need to stop what you're doing right now, rush out to the store, and buy this book, Teach Like a Champion by Doug Lamothe. This is where I get all my strategies and tips. This is the foundation of how I teach. This is, like I said, my teaching Bible. I mean, most people know, you probably know about this book, but it's just if you never read any book in your life, read this book. This is my guided reading and guided math table. This is where I do all my small group instruction. And my easel for my small group instruction you'll find right here. This is me cape. And I wear this during small group instruction, like so. I don't wear my old blue hat during the school day, just so you know. But when I have my cape on, like so, it denotes that I am teaching a small group and the children are not allowed to ask me any questions. So when this cape is on, they cannot come up to my table, they cannot ask me any questions, they cannot ask me to go to the bathroom. I'm busy teaching. They cannot talk to me for any reason. So what do they do if they have a problem? That's what they ask their friend, a neighbor, another student. I am busy. When I take it off, then they can ask me a question. It's like a visual reminder for them that, hey, Mr. Thain's busy. I can't talk to him when he has the cape on. I've got another video that goes more in detail on my teacher desk because I wanted to go into deep detail on it and I didn't want this video to be too long. So let's just go glimpse of it real quick. I've got all my personal effects, my superhero stuff, my little knickknacks and paddywhacks right here. I've got my, most importantly, the coffee pot. If you're a coffee drinker and you're allowed, get you a coffee pot in your room. Not only do you get to smell the fresh aroma of coffee all day, but you always have a little bit of that nectar of the gods ready to go. If you're ever feeling like you need an energy boost, boom, coffee right in your room. You don't gotta go to the teacher's lounge. It's a really nice routine to get into. Fire up a pot of coffee first thing in the morning. Students can smell it too, and they like it, and it's a fun thing for me. It's another way that I help make my classroom like my second home. And just some curriculum stuff, and right here my Mr. Thain sign. And this final bulletin board I leave blank except for my Destiny poster. This is where I put all my student, if they bring me a picture, they write me a picture, they do some art for me, I put it and hang it up right here proudly so that they can see their work displayed.
Is that it?
I think so. I think I hit everything. The goal, the idea for this school year is I'm going to do a year in the life of a teacher. So what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to film a little bit after school. I'm not going to film during school hours, during contract hours, because I'm paid to teach and I'm not going to film during any time, my lunch or my prep time, because then I'm not doing my job. So I will film a little bit after school every day of the week, and then I'll compile it into a weekly video. So one of my vlogs, one of my daily vlogs will be, so the one that goes live on Saturday morning will be that week of teaching, everything that happened that week in my classroom. I will do this every week so that you will get a look, you'll get a live look at what it's like to be a teacher for one whole year, not just a snapshot, for a whole year. The ups and downs, the ins and the outs, everything, the good, the bad, what it's like to be a teacher. Candid, honest, what it's like to be a teacher. That's gonna go live every Saturday morning. That's gonna be that vlog for that day. And I'm really excited about that, and I hope that you join me for the ride, and I hope you enjoyed my classroom. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Don't forget to check out my video about my teacher desk. I go into detail about my teacher desk if you want to learn more about that. Whew, thanks for filming. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Find your gift.
Share it with the world.
And remember,
You are worth it.
see you tomorrow.